Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It. This time we're starting a brand new game for Peglin. I'm your host, Boss. I'm playing this on the personal computer. I'm joined, as always, by Moonpeer.
Hello, also PC.
To describe this game real quick, it is a Peggle roguelike. If you don't know what Peggle is, it's Pachinko. If you're American, it's Plinko. It's that, but it's a roguelike. So
Yes,
that's
kind of.
that's it.
Also, it has RPG elements.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that I was the most surprised by here, because I don't all sometimes we know a lot. Excuse me. We've been recording for a while today. Sometimes we know a lot about the game going in because it's either a famous game or something we've been looking forward to playing, or you just kind of absorb a lot as you're going through. I didn't really know that much about this game, so when I think of Peggle, I think of you're going to clear the whole board and then you kind of clear the stage. I didn't realize how much of a kind of, like you said, an RPG this thing really is. Like you're fighting a bunch of enemies on the top of the screen.
Yep, and they move towards you per turn. Sometimes they have ranged attacks, sometimes they don't.
Right. It's kind of a cool system.
What's that DS game? The Hat in Time game?
Oh, yeah.
Where it was like a platformer on the top and a match 3 on the bottom. It
Yeah,
has
what was
that
that?
like that kind of feel.
Yeah. I never remember what the full name of that one is, but yeah, something very similar where you're kind of you're playing two games at the same time, sort of. Yeah, that's a good point. But I kind of think it works in this game overall because it isn't focused on you got to clear the board completely. I mean, there are some bonuses if you do that, but the 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 real aim is kind of let's try and hit as many things as you can and get money and like crits and hit the bombs and all that sort of stuff as you're going from top to bottom rather than clear the whole thing. Have you had a successful run yet?
No, I got like 75% of the way through the castle twice, and it messed me up both
Yeah.
times.
I have had one successful run. My first run almost went the whole way, but I ran into this really weird room in like the catacombs. It's the area right after the castle, where I couldn't see the pegs or the enemies, and I was able to clear stuff out, but I eventually just died because I would keep doing damage to enemies, but I would never finish the level. So I'm still not entirely sure what happened there. That was an exceptionally weird one, but I think it was like 2 runs after that I beat the final boss and had a successful run, which unlocks Crucible mode, which is there like every run gets harder sort of thing. So you beat Crucible 1 and you unlock Crucible 2. And it's largely just like, it's the same game, it's just that each ball does less damage, at least in Crucible 1, which is kind of interesting. I wouldn't say this game on the normal difficulty is exceptionally hard, which is... I don't think it's like a real bummer, but it was one of those things of like, okay, on the default difficulty, the balls that I'm picking up and upgrading and stuff, I don't have to like really
They're doing
worry.
the business.
Yeah, they do some good work, but like I don't have to really worry about like getting a build together or like getting a synergy together. And I'm curious to see if that will change with the higher difficulties.
Yeah. Is this controller compatible? I don't know.
Yes.
Are you playing it with a controller or with a mouse and a keyboard?
I'm doing both. So it kind of depends on, am I sitting on my couch and playing it on my TV, or am I sitting up here playing it on my PC?
Okay, so I don't know about the controller version. Do you want to know what my favorite tiny little touch is in this game?
If it's on keyboard and mouse, I bet I know what it is, but go ahead.
It's the little crossed fingers after you fire the ball.
Yep. It took me like a couple of rounds to notice it, but yeah, every time you launch the ball, it turns from like your Peglin's finger that's like pointing turns to the two fingers crossed as the
Hmm
ball goes. It's like, all right, that's
It's a nice little touch.
the game is full of nice touches like that. Like we were talking about it in the Discord server. I like how your Peglin, your goblin, like as it's walking, as it's kind of sitting there idling, their ears flop. Like
Hmm
the writing is full of ball puns. The
The
text has
balls are full of ball puns, dude.
that's also true. Um, like all the upgrades are punny. Like it's charmingly written, and
Hmm
it has a lot of character to it for a game that like didn't really need any. You could just be like, hey, it's a Peggle roguelike, and you're like, yeah, okay, sure, I'll try that. Why not?
Yep. Like
But
the achievements are full of references, which is
yep,
just fantastic.
yeah,
The fact that the bestiary of this game essentially is called the Encyclopedia. Chef's
really
kiss.
good, really good.
Like fantastic.
Yep.
Like
Um,
it feels good to play. Like not
yeah.
terrible, but not fantastic at the same time. Um, the the fact that you have to travel by shooting the things, it's just like don't know if I like that.
I love and hate it at the same time because like
You can get
sometimes
more
you
money, but
like sometimes you're like, all right, I really need to go to the shop. I have a bunch of money and I need to buy it. I really don't want to go to the like mini boss area.
Mhm.
I'm gonna aim for the perfect line. Nope, it bounced off into the mini boss. It's like I swear. Okay, okay,
Yep,
okay, okay.
yep.
But like
It's happened to me like 4 times.
I kind of like that though because like if you're gonna do an FTL style map, that's fine. But like having that small element of chaos in there, I
Mhm.
kind of like that. I might not like it the deeper I get into the difficulties, where it's like, no, I really can't. I have 2 health. I really can't fight a mini boss. Okay, of course that's where I'm gonna go. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll see, but um, I think my only small complaint beyond that is I wish more menus on controller you could hit the B button to get out of them instead of having to move your cursor all the way to the like exit store or continue round or something like that. I feel like that's like a very distinct decision of if you're going to leave this node, you really need to choose like make the choice that you're going to do it. But sometimes if I'm just going to leave the store, just let me leave the store, man. Like I don't need to do this whole
Yeah.
big thing. So um but yeah, so far I'm having a blast. Like I feel like part of the my enjoyment of this game is it's the exact level of intensity I need right now, which is very low. Um, and I really appreciate that about this game. Of
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot the ball and it's gonna go where it's gonna go, and that's gonna be fine. It's gonna be largely out of my control, and that's okay. So
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, yeah. I'm not sure. You know, we'll talk more about its depth as we go through, and you know, as we start getting more. You know, the first time I beat the game, the amount of things that unlocked is
Even just on a almost complete run, it's just like, hey,
yeah.
here's a bunch of stuff.
I got a bunch of stuff. I have new buffs and debuffs I have available. Like there's a pretty considerable amount of stuff in there. So I'm excited to keep digging into this and seeing, you know, how deep this game goes if it does, and sort of how we feel about it as we're going through. Um,
Yep.
all right, well that's our first week here of Peglin. Hopefully you're enjoying it as you're playing it with us, and we'll see you all next run. Bye.
Oi.